And up next, we got CJ Vergara versus Daniel da Silva. They're going to be fighting in the flyweight division. CJ Vergara is going to be fighting at home in Texas. So Daniel da Silva is going to have the crowd disadvantage here, and he's going to have to bounce back from being 0-3 so far in the UFC. CJ Vergara, this is going to be his fourth UFC fight, and he also needs a win. He's only gone 1-2 in 3 UFC fights, and the UFC's given both these guys tough matchups. Vergara had to fight Ode Osborne, he fought Kletzen Rodriguez, and then he fought Tatsuro Taira. And Daniel da Silva, he fought Jeff Molina, Francisco Figueiredo, and Victor Altamirano. So I do think that Vergara's been fighting the better competition, but both fighters fought good guys. And when you look at this fight, man, I mean, it's kind of crazy. You never really see a flyweight fight with the under 2.5 rounds at -600. But it's hard to envision this fight goes to decision. We got CJ Vergara, who's pressure fighter. He has good boxing on the inside, nice knees in the clinch, likes to target the body to come up to the head, and power hooks, and keeps that pressure on you. Has good durability, kind of like a don't give a fuck type of fighting style. He's a dog, and he can mix it up a little bit, but he's not really someone that's going to try to wrestle and get it to the ground. He wants to keep to the feet and strike, and his takedown defense is good, and I think over time he can start to defend the takedowns. But for Da Silva, his best path to victory, like in all of his fights, is probably first round submission. Da Silva's a really explosive guy. He's someone that early on in fights is very dangerous. He's gotten a lot of first round finishes, and he's gotten close to first round finishes even in the UFC. He got close to an armbar against Jeff Molina. He dropped Victor Altamirano in his last fight. So he hasn't won a fight, but he's had some close calls where he's almost had things go his way. So he's dangerous. He throws nice counter crosses, good kicks. He can close that distance really quick. And early on in the fight, he wants to, try to land that big power knockout cross, big power kick, spin kick, and get that flashy knockout. And you also time some takedowns. He has some explosive level changes early on, can get on top, and from there he will try to immediately try to get into a dominant position and find a submission. He also is willing to go to his back and hunt submissions off his back, and he's dangerous from the full guard. So his offense is good, but Da Silva tends to kind of will under adversity, at least from what we've seen so far. His cardio is a big question mark as well, so he's been a first round or bust fighter basically in his career. His last fight, he looked good, and then he got hit with the body shot. He got dropped and finished. And that's one of CJ Vergara's things, is attacking the body, pressuring. So I think unless Da Silva can time cross early and knock Vergara out, or get him down, get into a position early and find a submission, I don't think he's going to be able to keep the pace. And I think Vergara is going to start to take over the fight. I think he's going to be able to pressure, land the better shots with the boxing, maybe get inside, get in a clinch, land those knees, and start to wilt Da Silva and eventually finish him off. So I agree. I don't think this fight's going to go to decision. I think Da Silva has a chance to finish it early, but more than likely Vergara, who's tough guy, durable, going to be fighting in front of his friends and family, is going to be able to make it out of that danger early, start to take over the fight and finish Da Silva. I don't know if it's going to be late in the first or the second, but I think it'll be within the first 2 rounds, and I think Vergara will get his hand raised inside the distance by KO TKO.